So by now, I'm sure most of you have already heard about how the team at Google DeepMind trained one of their AI models to generate Doom in real time. Most people are talking about how every single game developer is about to lose their job in the next 6 months, or you have another group of people who are saying that it's completely pointless to try something like this and there's no possible way that you could apply this in the real world. I want to go a bit deeper and talk about an actually valuable use case for this technology that so far has been pretty much completely overlooked by almost everyone. Before I get into that, I just want to give a brief breakdown on how all of this actually works. So there are two main components at play that make playing Doom in this way possible. One of them is a specialized version of Stable Diffusion, which is trained to predict the next frame based on the sequence of past frames. And the other is a reinforcement learning agent, which is trained to play the game, record its actions, measure itself against a set of parameters, and incrementally improve. Now, when it comes to game development, it doesn't really have that much of a use case. At least for the time being, there's really no practical reason a big name studio would use something like this over CryEngine, Unity, Unreal Engine, or any other game development framework and already has an established user base and documentation. But when it comes to something like computer vision for self-driving cars, it becomes a lot more useful. Let me explain. Remember about a year ago when Tesla was constantly in the news for the autopilot failing and crashing? There was even a point where it was having trouble with not completely steamrolling child-sized crash test dummies. With a technology like this, you could potentially generate hundreds of environments for every scenario you can think of, torrential rain, snowstorms, and drastically improve the overall safety rating before even going out and doing any real-world testing. Now, obviously, there's already a bunch of solutions on the market for training self-driving algorithms in a virtual environment. Waymo has CarCraft, Audi has AID, autonomous intelligent driving, and most car manufacturers end up partnering with NVIDIA and using their drive simulation system. This tech isn't really at the point where it could provide a serious benefit to those operations. However, in the future, where it becomes a lot faster and cheaper to use something like this, instead of only having access to 20 or 50 environments, companies could literally generate on the fly thousands of environments across dozens of different scenarios in a couple of minutes, and then train the algorithm on those environments and even lead to a very safe self-driving car that is almost completely trained in a virtual environment. So that's pretty much all I wanted to share today. If you liked the video, drop a sub, and I'll see you in the next one.